Hello and welcome back to Nilsson Tools. My name is Sege. Today I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to restore this Super Spacer. The history behind this is I bought it at an auction. Perhaps you've seen that film when I unboxed all the things I bought. But it is quite rusty. But as long as I can see, it actually works. So that isn't the main problem. When I saw this at the internet auction, I couldn't really get an idea of how big it was. You know, I have an Asera F3 mill and it is quite small, and this Super Spacer is too big. So I have to make it look nice so that I can sell it and buy a smaller Super Spacer. I'm taking you through the steps that I will make for making this presentable item so that I can sell it. Well, the first thing that I will look at are the jaws. I will break them loose and look inside. This is nearly not moving at all, so I have to be a bit careful here not to damage anything, but I think removing this is the first thing to do. Interesting, there are wood dust in here. So a bit of penetrating oil will probably be a good idea. The thing I'm thinking of right now is, are they interchangeable, or do I have to put that back there? I think that I will will be careful and do just that. I will first clean this jaw and then replace it and clean one at a time. And I will see if there are any markings on this. This Super Spacer is made in China. There's a plate here with totally with Chinese lettering. So let's do this one. Well, the first method I will try is just steel wool. And the penetrating oil here, and after doing this a minute, I'm not sure that this will be good enough. This was terribly rusty. Well, the sudden stop there was because the battery went dead, as it often does when I'm filming. So I thought I would take a coffee break. Since it is soon Easter, I will eat a semla, a Swedish real nice bakery. See you soon. Well, as I was saying before the coffee break, I have now polished this, and the finish is not that good. This is not good enough to sell, not good enough at all. So I think I will need stronger methods. Sorry. Would it be terribly wrong to use a rapid strip on this? Of course, never on the actual jaws, just on the sides. What should I use? I don't know. They can't look like this. I went with a nicer, this isn't as aggressive as a rapid strip. You can still see that it has been corroded. I will try here. I will just pan the camera around. Yep. I'm probably out of focus. You know, I'm trying another camera for these films. This is a Canon EOS 5D Mark II. It's a very nice camera, but it lacks autofocus. So I had to make the focus right from the beginning, and then I need to stay in this area. Well, this starts to look nice, I think. A bit of polish with this, and then a bit of sanding afterwards, lapping, and I think this will be okay. So, 6 more sides and all this little things to do. I'll bring you back when that's done. I'll do it off camera. Thank you. Now the jaws are done, I think. They look nice. They will look better if you use the machine and wipe it and so. But definitely an improvement. Perhaps I will do some more with them later. Now I would really like to take the jaws out, and I will try to do that, even if it is they don't move easily, but I have put some oil in there, and perhaps more. I just don't hope I hurt the inside of. I need 2 hands. I'm just looking for a marking, you know, there should be 1, 2, 3 somewhere on this. It might be hidden beneath all rust, but no, I can't find one. So I do really need to keep the jaws in order to be able to get them back, if I don't want to try and fiddle with that later. But you see how well the rust removed from the chuck itself. Well, it doesn't move really even now. There was some crud in here. Well, they definitely use this as a wood holder for some reason. And the wood dust that has collected and the oil from previous use is not a good combination. Oh, that is not good. It's actually needs some filing. It is a raised area here. And some numbers. This is number 1. So perhaps it's stamped here 1. Let's check this one. Oh God. You can see that, but it's a lot of wooden particles in here. Well, this is not stamped at all. And neither is that. But now I put them so I can easily get them back. And if this is number 1, I can make this number 2. Is it number 2? Yes. So they are marked. And since this is 1, you probably can figure out that this is 2 and this is 3 just by doing that. Now I will take and make this look better. I think I had to lap them as I did with the other one. This portion sticks out a bit, and I will clean this area and start cleaning the raised, this facing portion of the chuck. They have 3 bolts here. I think these are the 3 bolts that connects the chuck to the turning plate down here. I will see if we will take it apart. I think we will do that actually later on. Perhaps we need to even take this chuck apart, but I hope we don't have to do that. That we can just lubricate it so it moves freely. But there are a lot of wood in here. But now these are nice as well. And I have decided I will take the chuck apart. It is so much crud in here that will probably be a good idea. I don't know what I will find or how I will do this, but I think that the first thing I'll do is to well, break it off this piece. But before I do that, I will make definitely sure that I can put them back exactly the same way they were. And if I don't move this, So I will make one mark here and one mark here. And this is at 145 degrees, because the scale is now visible as well. So, and the jaws I think I can align, since this one was marked 1 and this is also marked 1. These are not marked, but you know you always have to go anti-clockwise 2 and 3. And this is 2. And well, yeah. It might resemble a 3, but it wasn't the best 3 I have seen. Yep, these were long bolts, as it should. Moment of truth. No. I wondered if I can no, that's not the way. But we do have some bolts down here also. But I'm afraid that thought I would do that later. I thought that would be the backside of the chuck. I could of course do this off camera and just show the successes, but now you will be a part of the trying process as well. That was loose already. Yep. That did it. I don't know what it did, but it did it. And there's much wood in here. Well, that looks nice, I think. Yeah. So I need to polish the scale, but I'll do that afterwards. Now we should take a look at the chuck here. Of course it's the same residue of wood here. So what I'm going to do now is actually polish this whole chuck, and since the polish itself can contaminate its inside, and when I am through with that and I'm pleased, we will loosen these bolts and try to get the chuck apart. But that's the plan at least. I'll bring it back when this looks completely different. Now this now the chuck is starting to look nice, I think. I think it's time to take it apart. I don't know if you noticed a few minutes ago when I lifted it up, something fell, and these were these three bushings that fell, and I think it is these screws push at the bushings that push at the side here. So I'm glad I found that on the floor. I would have a problem. Sorry. Now it's time to take this apart. There are 3 flathead screws. That was already loose. And I swear I didn't do this at forehand. This one was also loose. Well, that one too. Well, there are 3 screws here that probably keeps these in place. I would have hoped that I could get this out in a way now. I think it might be threaded. There are 2 holes here. Could they been from screwing this in place? Because it didn't fall off easily, and that can explain why the screws were loose, because someone else tried to take this apart and didn't. So they gave up. Should I give up? Well, these are actually threaded. An M5 it looks like. No M5. M6. Yes. I just wonder if this is the way to remove it. By forcing it out with 2 screws. But it's working. But before I go any further, I think I will need to make some marks again. Where should I make the mark? Probably if I can locate the other one. Was it that one? Yes, that one. Because then I only need to mark this one. I can make this deeper. Now it's only resting on the screws here. So. Oh, look here. This is not nice. This is not a bearing surface at all, but it definitely needs cleaning. And now I can remove my 2 screws. And I will flip the jack so you can see inside there. This is what it looks like. There are a lot of chips, and if I would turn this right now, the chips would definitely get crushed in the mechanism. So, now I'll get a new smaller screwdriver. I'm sorry if I block the camera. Now I need remove these 3 screws. And now I can't move the chuck because now it needs to be this way. This is what it looks like. And how do I get that up? I will have to do this anyway. No. Why didn't that fall out? It is because why? This is solid. There's no screws on the side and no screws inside. I wonder if that's just crud that is holding it in place. But now it doesn't twist at all, so something is blocking it. I will try to find out and get I'm definitely not sure if this is the right method, but I've taken a piece of aluminium and knocking on it, and now it fell loose. Well, here is the spiral screw, or what you call it. So, a good cleaning and then some lubrication and we're back in business. I just wonder, should I use oil or should I use grease? This would be nice to know. I think I will go with oil. That was the first wipe. For the final wipe I won't use this rag, of course. This is just for removing the first worst amount of junk, or what do I call it? It will be very interesting then to take this, put this together and see if we made a more free moving chuck. Around the hub here it is a bearing surface against this one, so this is definitely ground. Very nice finish on that, and it was on that, because of course it's supposed to slide around easy, but to get it off was a pain. I can see that this was damaged by me taking it apart, but well, I will do some more wiping, and I will bring you back when it's time to assemble this. Well, now I'm ready to put this back together. And I think a good amount of oil is nice. And definitely on this bearing surface here. And I hope I don't need to use that much force to get it in as I did to get it out. But I do. Now when it is all inside again, it actually spins. Not easy, but it spins. Now it's time to put these back and oil. So. And now all three screws go all the way down. And one was raised before, and then was of course perfect. Now this piece, this is actually not a bearing surface for anything, so I don't think I have to oil this. I just have to wipe the edge here, because this is this edge that slides down here, so this needs to be clean, and it is. And now I have to find, there is my mark, and there is the mark. I'm not missing anything, am I? So gently tap this in place. And I will use the screws here to pull it down, so that I can be certain that it isn't twisted in any way. Oops. That was really good. Well, and now the chuck here is cleansed on the back side, and we have to reinstall these ones. This was number 1, and now let's find number 1. It's here. And a good place for the jockey. It is still a little bit tight, but then again, this isn't a. This is a Chinese chuck. Perhaps it doesn't get any better than this. A little bit oil here. Number 2. And number 3. Now the interesting part, will they line up at the middle? Well, I brought you back to the back side of the super spacer, because it is in here the interesting part takes place. I'm afraid I had to change camera, and because the memory card was full and the battery is dead, I charged the battery, but the memory card is still 1 hour away from being emptied. I am having IT problems, which is ironic since I have been working with IT all my life, but I've always been working with other person's IT, not my own. So I think I have to look at my own stuff a bit so I can get a better, more adequate functionality. I don't know why it takes so long to empty the memory card. Well, on the back side of the Super Spacer, it's a cover plate. This should be easy to remove and should be removed regularly, actually, because behind this is the mechanism for it all. I saw Tom Lipton do this on his Super Spacer, and I didn't understand how it worked. So I will try to go over that in detail on mine. This black piece is easily removable. You can see that it has 4 notches on the side, and those notches, I don't know if can you see that. I might move the camera even further in here. Sorry. Yeah, that should do. I'm sorry about that. Well, no. It's because that if you would like to divide the circle in 4 equal parts, then you should use this plate, which has 4 notches. If you would like to divide something in 6, you need to have a different plate. And this is now I'm feeling a bit sad, because this is the only plate I have. I didn't know that it was so it worked, and on the internet auction I never saw any other plates. So beneath the plate there is the tooth gear, well, at least a tooth. So when you rotate, this lever goes up, and you can rotate the chuck, and the plate, when it's in a different position, then you can rotate until the plate, one of the notches on the plate aligns with a hole in the gear, and then it clicks in place. And since it is tapered, it completely locks in place. When looking at this, and I don't know if it is possible to see on the camera there, I have seen better precision ground things. I must say, I wonder if this is so precise. Well, it might, maybe, and it might not. So, in order to divide something in 6, I said you need a plate with 6 notches, and that is one way of doing it. And I don't know, I don't think Tom had more plates on his Super Spacer either, but if you should like to divide things in 6, you could of course still use this function, but make on the graduation up here, you could take steps of about 60 degrees, and then it would of course lock in place when you release this. So there would be a semi-manual way of doing it, and I think that will be the way I will use it if I won't divide it in 4. We'll see how Tom will do it. And possibly you could buy another set of these for another way of dividing. This is marked number 1. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 24. So you can divide the circle into 24 spaces. This was the back side. So I think we will now assemble it. There was no serviceable parts on that side. This plate can be in either direction, as long as the holes line up, and they do. You see, we are almost done with the refurbishing of the super spacer. Well, now that's tight. The thing I haven't not done yet is to lubricate, and it has a lubrication point there. I hope some oil got on the inside as well. Do we have more? No, we don't. Oh. Well, that moves rather freely now. So I will try to put some more oil in there. Perhaps well, that was a big difference from before anyway. Yeah. Down here there are one more lever, and if you engage that, you lock the super spacer, so now you can turn. That is rather loose. Why is that? Is it supposed to be, or is it something that isn't right? Can you perhaps tighten the screw? Yes, you can. No, it's not loose. On the back side here I haven't done any work to yet. Well, now it's time to remount the shock. And I think I will back you a bit. So, now you can see what I'm doing. And now I'm gonna look for 140. There was the mark I made. And now we'll find that corresponding mark on the chuck. It is leaking some oil. That meant I did that. That's enough. So, there's my little witness mark. Sorry. I will make sure it is very clean on the back side here. No chips or dirt. Well, the moment of truth. Well, about there. Now these bolts should fit. And they do. There's an excess of oil on the table here. I did oil it thoroughly. I will tighten them, just snug them up a bit, and then I will install the screws that were on the side here. Oh, sorry about that, that was the memory card that went full again. It's the story of my life. Now I need to put in place the 3 bolts that were on the side here. And these little studs that I wonder which direction. I think it is this one. You know, this one is heavy. That went in place, very nice. And the next one. That's interesting, the hole isn't perfectly aligned there. But my 2 witness marks must up here. Just for that reason I made this witness mark, so that it wouldn't do this. Well, the only thing that remains now is to clean this bottom plate, and I will actually remove these two, since if I am going to try them on my mill, just for the fun of it, they cannot be there. They are for T-slots, 16mm T-slots. And I have 10mm on my mill. So I will remove them, and now I thought I would just get back to see the finished result, but now this lever doesn't work anymore. But everything else works nice, and the locking lever works, so I can lock it. So why doesn't this work now? Interesting. I have to take this apart again and see if I can find out what is causing the problem. This might be a bad idea, but I'm trying to see what it looks inside, and this is definitely a spring inside here. And a small set screw. Oops. Definitely kind of corroded. But I have to make that nice also. No, this lever should be easy to extract. Oh, it's a gear mechanism. Well, that was dry. Well, now this should come out. It wants to, but it is not free. And this looks to be nice. Put some fresh lubrication on here and try to install it. And the other way around. It goes in tight, and that is probably a good thing, because it then it won't be any slop, any play in it. Now I will do the same with this one. This was definitely very dry here on the bearing surfaces. Looky here. This is probably what happened. The retaining screw here was obviously in there. So you need to pull the handle out to to make it move. But the handle was so stiff. I think I would like to one more notch upwards. No. Well, that would be a nice position, I think. It spins freely from about here. And it is totally locked in this position. Well, that will be good, I think. Now I need to clean the screw. Do you see what I'm doing? Definitely a drop of oil here, since it is both the corrosion and the fact that this is actually sliding on this tap here. So I put it back. Just loose for the moment. Now the spring on this one. This I don't look forward to, since I have to get the thread started with a good amount of pressure. A good amount. Perhaps if I do this, the pressure will decrease some. This was the best tool I found. But it is a good tool. And now, screw can be tightened. Yes. The backing plate reinstalled. I don't know if you noticed the last time. So that pin fits in either one of these holes. And the lid. And the 3 screws here. And of course this doesn't need to be tight at all. Now let's move this in position. Now the super spacer is finished. I think the refurbishing has went really well. I will now realize that the problem I had, when I fold it downwards, I can easily spin it now. And as soon as there is a notch, it clicks in place and completely locks. So this is working, and I can now move this in, and now I can freely move it around as I want to, if I want to make a manual indexing. So I am really very pleased, and the jaws move freely, and I haven't really tried, but I really hope that they will meet in the middle, and they do. And I now can use only one hand to adjust that. But it doesn't look like a brand new. You can see that it has been corroded, but I don't think that will matter much. I think that this is presentable enough to be sold. This took me about 2 hours before lunch and 1 hour after to get this done. So about 3 hours total time for this one. But as I said, the result is very satisfactory, so it was worth it. I think I will try to make an indexing in the mill just to try it out, even though, as I said, I cannot mount it there permanently because it is too heavy. I thought I'd just show you. I've now put the mill table at this very lowest position, and I'll now put a little piece of aluminum inside here, so I can verify that this cuts nice and square. There it clicks in place. Now I'm going to raise the table. It is heavy. I will not make a deep cut, just to see what it does. So let's fire it up. Release. Engage the feed. Again. Careful. And the final one. That was fairly easy. That was stupid. Well, I retrieved it. Well, it is very easy to make 4. With a different plate in the back, it would have been just as easy to make 6. Well, that was everything for today. I hope you enjoyed and perhaps even learned something from this. I sure have had a lot of fun doing this. I would really like to have a click on like, and please comment and subscribe. If you have better methods than what I have shown in this clip, please feel free to write those down. I know I'm definitely not an expert in this field. I just do it my way, and obviously that worked for this one, but it definitely might be possible to improve that. Well, thank you, and have a nice day.